Hi friends, Danielle here from Whitetail Stitch Co, where I talk about everything knitting and crochet. And today I have a special holiday video for you guys. I have over 20 paid and free crochet patterns, including everything from plushies, decorations, appliques. So I'm really hoping there's a good mix for everyone and all of your interests. And I'm hoping also this is plenty of time to pick up your crochet hook and start doing these patterns for gifts or for decorations for yourself. So let's go ahead and go to the screen. Okay, so we are starting off with some deer. The first one is a deer plushie or amigurumi by Knots and Snuggles Co. And this is a $6.70 reindeer crochet pattern. I had to start out with a deer because, of course, I'm Whitetail Stitch Co. I love deer, and this is an absolutely precious pattern. So I haven't made this one in particular, but I did purchase it, so it's on my docket of things to make. And let's see what else we can talk about this. So this is Darla the deer. They say it's a mid to large size cuddle buddy, and she can sit upright, which is really nice. A lot of plushies and snugglers, they lay down, they can't sit nicely. So this would also be good as a decoration or display. And there are also some people who have already made it, so we can see some purchaser photos. Look absolutely amazing. They say that they use a super bulky category 6 yarn and a 5mm crochet hook, and it is an advanced beginner to intermediate pattern. So that is by Knots and Snuggles Co. And then I have another deer, but it is a reindeer by Crochet Grove, which is a uber popular crochet designer. This is another amigurumi, and this one actually stands. So two very different approaches, and this one has really beautiful festive bells on it, decorating the harness on this reindeer. And the antlers also seem quite a bit bigger, just the scale is different. So this scrolls through them photos. I love this blue one with the snowflake cutouts. I guess you could do like fabric, glue the fabric applique on. So they used a Brene blanket, Brene frosting baby blanket and Brene baby blanket, as well as 25mm eyes and 11 jingle bells for the reins. What else? A 4.5mm hook. So that is all the resources, and also some tester and customer photos here. They all look really fantastic. I love it when they include tester photos as well. So this is another deer pattern, festive for the season, by Crochet Grove. And then we've got 3 different Santa bundle patterns. So this one I've done before, I've shown you guys as well. I have made and tested this one, not that one, let's see. I don't have it up. Let me go ahead and grab it from the floor here. So this is one that I just finished recently, actually. And this is the Santa from the pattern. So I've shown this off to you guys before, but just to demonstrate, this one here that I've made is in Premier Plush, which is their newer yarn. And he's missing his belt embroidery still, but that is this guy, and he comes with a Mrs. Claus, and I've made this also in, when I originally was testing this pattern by Amigurumi Toys. When I originally tested it, I did it in Premier Parfait Chunky, and I did a bunch of different skin colors, and I also did the Mrs. Claus over there. But absolutely adorable, and just to plug this one even more, it is a low sew pattern, so you don't have to sew very much on. I think only 2 pieces for the Mr. Thinking for the Mrs. Claus is also 2. And this one actually, as the recording, happens to be on sale. Definitely watch for holiday sales, you guys, also on Etsy. And so what else about this one? It is a PDF pattern, of course. They say this one is intermediate, probably because they do some techniques to make it lower sew. They use a 4.5mm hook, 12mm eyes, and that is all the techniques you see there. And also off to the side, I won't click into them, but you can definitely check them out, also by the same maker. They have a deer of their own, which looks very different, more miniature size, with a snowman bundle, as well as an elf and a Christmas kitty in a, I guess, a tree on the right there. So that is Santa Claus number 1. And then Santa Claus number 2, I have not made this one in particular, but Crochet Pink Pumpkin is also a great designer that I've heard of. This is their bundle pattern, a little bit bigger, we'll say. And the glosses that they do on these guys are absolutely beautiful. So this is, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and they sit upright like this. The other previous Santa Claus pattern does not sit super well because they have a rounder bottom. And what else about this pattern? 30 pages is quite an elaborate pattern. So if made to spec, they are approximately 12.5 inches tall and 10 inches wide, which is very sizable. And they have, I think, 2 languages. Here are some photos people have done of their own. I love the realistic faux fur on this one there. Very cute. Yep, so this is Santa Claus number 2. And for the final Santa Claus, a lot of sales going on today as of recording. This is interesting. I don't know. I'm recording like mid-October, so maybe people are starting to get into the holidays. But this one I have made, and that's what I quickly flashed a preview actually on, let's see, Instagram here. So this one that I made, we'll jump back to the pattern really quickly, is quite bigger than the actual pattern. So the pattern here is by Emmy Creations by Chloe. And this one, they say, is intermediate. There is a lot more sewing on the Santa, I will say, but he looks absolutely adorable. And I was hoping they would shade the size of this guy with the materials. Let's see. Well, the Santa with the stocking, because he does come with the stocking, Santa by himself is approximately 13.5 centimeters by 7 centimeters. Or no, sorry, the Santa is 13.5 and the stocking is 7. And then altogether, when he's placed in the stocking, he's 15.5 centimeters tall. I didn't make the stocking when I did mine because I just intended to make the Santa by himself, as you saw, and I'll go back to the other tab really quickly in a second. They don't seem to say the materials that they used here, but the stocking pairing is quite cute. And like I mentioned, I did mine in Sweet Snuggle, so a super big, bulky version of this guy. And this is before I embroidered the belt as well. So you can see he's got his nice gigantic hat and his little nose. So definitely of the 3, well, I guess I haven't done the one by Pink Pumpkin, but of the 3, this one here, the first one I talked about, the first Santa Claus pairing, is, in my opinion, the lowest sew. And then we have a tree, just because you can't have a holiday without a Christmas tree, right? So this is also one that I did pattern test. It's by Avalon Crochets, and it's a pretty cheap pattern as far as patterns go. The bulbs make it a really beautiful style, and it does come with the option to do a little star on top. And let's see, they use weight 6 super bulky yarn. They use Premier Parfait Chunky, and they actually used a 5 or 6 millimeter crochet hook. I used a little bit smaller. They said they did use 5 millimeter hook. I tend to use a 4.5 millimeter hook with Parfait Chunky, but they did actually, in my opinion, the most recent balls that I've gotten from them have improved the texture, and it is a little bit more filled out, so maybe 5 millimeter is more accurate right now. And this is what I did. I actually did a little curve along, like a garland along the tree. So that was just a really simple chain, and then I sewed it into place. So that's an optional cute little detail you could do, not included in the pattern, but would be a pretty simple, sweet detail to do. So that is the one tree pattern I'm sharing. And then we have, let's see, oh, that's the tree again. This is a free pattern. So the first of our free patterns is the Snowman by Rose and Lily Crochet, which is a fantastic account on YouTube if you want to follow them. This is actually I think it's 2-part video series. of their snowman. And let me see if they go through materials. It's a very detailed video, and you can see the hat on the snowman, if I can find it again, is really sweet. And also his nose. So they do use a few different types of yarns here, which they talk about in the video. But again, it's a very detailed pattern, very cute. I've made and sold a couple of these already. They were very popular. So this guy does not easily stand upright, but so like I've said, many crochet patterns do not. I suppose you could add some cardboard on the bottom to make him a little bit flatter, but he is top heavy in general with his head. Yeah, and I just love the hat on this guy too. So very cute pattern by Rose and Lily Crochet, and a free pattern you can find on YouTube. And I don't think I've mentioned, I'll have all the links in the description, as always, for you to check out and click around. So, and there are, of course, many different patterns on Etsy, on YouTube. This is just a selection that I found that I enjoy. So quick disclaimer there. So then we go into the Holly the Christmas Pudding by Absies Makes on Etsy. And I've never really had Christmas puddings, but how adorable is this little guy? He's basically, you know, a little chocolate ball with some cream or frosting on top and some little decoration to make him festive. He's got big, beautiful eyes, which are the kawaii eyes, like the little offset ones. And they don't talk about materials, so it's a little bit sparse on the directions on the listing. But some examples look super cute. I'd imagine you probably sew the frosting on. It's not a problem. Some different varying levels of the number of, oh no, I guess it's meant to be 3 of the little holly balls on the top. Looks like you use maybe a different yarn. You could use, I suppose, a different yarn for the holly on the top decoration. I have not made this one myself yet. And then we talk about, let's see, this Nutcracker. Quick moment to admire this Nutcracker. I did purchase this, I did start this. I am maybe halfway through this Nutcracker. He is an elaborate pattern. So the price may be a little bit more expensive than some of the other patterns, but you can just see, looking through the photos and videos, this is a stunning Nutcracker pattern, an absolutely gorgeous decoration. To make some of the flat parts, you do need cardboard, which I think they talk about in the, let's see, 100 photographs to make it easier, different languages. Oh, they don't talk about the materials here. 22 centimeters tall. Anyways, you can see some of the pieces are a little bit flatter. There is a good amount of sewing and lots of decorations to make this guy so elaborate and beautiful. But yeah, so I haven't quite finished this one yet. It's going okay so far. We shall see how it turns out in the end. But I did want to call this out as some pattern that I did purchase and I am working on right now. And I do find it really cute. Let's see if there are any, yeah, so the photos that other people have done of their makes look fantastic in the different colors. You can go classic, you can go a little bit more creative with the colors. I like this blue one especially. The purples look really pretty. I think for this one, the sewing and the type of yarn you use make a huge difference in the overall outcome later on. So just keep that in mind. And this one is by Tutti Toste Jadores on Etsy. And now we get into a free pattern. We've got 2 angel patterns, actually both are free. So this is the first of the 2. And this is a really sweet one on the blog Crochet Thea. This is a set of 3 different designs for angels. Basically the hair is different options. And this one is a super cute pattern. And they also have a YouTube video. What else to say? They actually do theirs in a cotton yarn. And I won't scroll too far because I do want you guys to check out their blog and give them some traffic if you are interested. But the one that I did was actually, I used Premier Parfait Chunky per usual. And so I did 2 different colors, a darker skin one with darker hair and then a lighter skin one with brown hair. And they are different sizes. I don't quite remember because this was a little while ago at this point. I don't remember if I used different hook sizes for some reason or if the yarn was just, you know, different bulkiness, different construction, different quality control. So I don't quite remember why they're different sizes, but they both turned out super cute, and I love the closed eyes. I went with the bun option because I did find it a little bit easier, but the space bun with the dual bun on either side looks super cute too. Yeah, I wasn't personally as much a fan of the bob or the longer hairstyle. I thought the hair up looked really pretty. So that's just what I went with. But, yeah, so that is the angel grouping, Little Angels Amigurumi by Crochet Thea, which is a free pattern. And then the other free pattern is actually, fun fact, one of the first amigurumi crochet patterns that I did a few years ago, and I did use this pattern. It's on All Free Crochet blog, and it is their Divine Crochet Angel free pattern. Shame it only has 1 star, but I didn't find this bad, so I'm a bit confused. I'll have to click on that later myself. But so they just go straight into the pattern here. They used a worsted weight yarn and a 5mm hook. When I did mine, I think I did the same because I wasn't quite into the Premier yarns, the Sweet Snuggles. I was still, like I said, trying things out. So this is what mine looked like. Let's see. Yeah, so I actually did 2. Both were gifts. One was to my mom, one was to my husband's grandma. And I did like this braiding situation. So on the pattern, I'm trying to remember how they have the hair on theirs. So they did like dual braids, you see. I think that's the only photo they have of the hair, but I actually went with a single braid with like a little bit of a twist situation. So I actually used a really small clear elastic hair tie for this, and lots of safety pins, or not safety, bobby pins, that's the one, to keep it in place. And I did some wrapping and stuff. You could probably use glue very carefully if you wanted to as well. But yeah, I liked this style, and so this is what I chose to do with my hair. And the yarn that I used, I don't know if I say it in here, but I'm pretty confident this was Karen's Simply Soft yarn, because I was more into doing projects with that at this time. And you see, I probably should have sized the hook down a little bit more. The body, you can see the stuffing a little bit too much for my preference these days. I like to stuff it a little bit differently, have it a little bit cleaner of a look. Not that this looks bad, but I guess you can say I've improved or something. I don't know. That's good. But she's got the little halo. This one has the brown hair, and I think I did sew her arms into a clasp position rather than having them flat. I thought having them held in front was really pretty. And then the other version I did, I actually went a little bit more creative. I did some colorful braids, Christmassy style, with the green and the red with the hair, still in Karen's Simply Soft. So you can really get creative with the colors and these patterns and how you do that. But yeah, I was a big fan of this hair, I will say that. So that is the Divine Angel free crochet pattern on All Free Crochet. Sorry if you can hear, my neighbors are getting some lawn work done or something. So moving on, we have a sweater bunny. I just thought this was really cute with the colder weather. It's not specific to Christmas or holiday season, but it is like cool weather, cute and cozy. So it's got a little turtleneck here. Super cute. You can choose to do the bow or not do the bow. I actually didn't do the bow on mine, but I did mine in a really pretty ruby red sweater. So you can choose a more holiday-centric color for the sweater. And yeah, super cute pattern. So I think it comes with a couple accessory options. You can see the, what's it called? Over ear, head, ear, why am I blanking on what those are called? Oh, earmuffs. Or there's a sleeping mask that you could do. And this is by Wendy Crochets Co. And I've done a couple of their patterns. I really enjoy them. The bunnies always turn out super cute. This is on Etsy. And let's see, they say it's an intermediate pattern. And not much else, but yeah, super cute bunny. If you're looking for a sweater bunny option, there are many others, but this is one that I've used and I did enjoy this one. And this one, let's see, is a candy cane, but it's a candy cane pillow. So it's a little bit bigger, a little bit chunkier. Would be really cute just on a couch or on your bed. And this one is by Cloudy Thoughts Co. Cozy pillow, approximately 25 inches tall, 5 inches wide, if you do it with their material recommendations. And they don't say the hook size, but it does look like a super, super chunky, soft and cozy. It might be Sweet Snuggles. Just looking at it, so that's one that's similar that I'm familiar with in terms of yarn material. Of course, you'll need a decent amount of stuffing for this one. And it'll be, I guess, crafter's choice if you choose to stuff it a little bit firmer so it keeps its shape, or if you choose to go softer so it's a nice squishy soft pillow, but maybe later down the line it gets a little bit malformed with the use. You can't really easily restuff it. So yeah, but this is a super, super cute candy cane pillow option. And then I have a couple of stockings. So this one is one that I have made by Mama J Crochet. I actually used them as ornaments, and I sold them as ornaments. They were popular at one of the Christmas markets that I did. And let's see, you can see the size is really nice. I did mine in Lion Brand 24/7 cotton, which has a nice range of color options, and I went for a classic red and white, but the green looks also super cute. Some deal, some close-ups, and some other things that they have there. And I guess they do have their blog, which they nicely say that they have the free pattern there if you prefer that. They use a 3.5mm hook, and they use cotton yarn, which they linked there, but they don't say the name of it. Yep, and then directions. So you could choose to support the designer and purchase their PDF pattern for a pretty cheap cost, just over $2, or go to their blog, where hopefully they make enough from traffic and stuff to get the free pattern. So this is one that I have enjoyed by Mama J Crochet stocking. And then the other stocking that I did want to mention, and again, many stocking patterns exist if you wanted to even, check those out, but this is by MJ's Off the Hook Designs, which is another popular crochet designer you've probably seen online. This is a much bigger stocking option, which you can actually probably use as stockings, as opposed to the other one, a little bit more, well, they're miniature, so more decoration style. And they use some really gorgeous yarns and materials, so you can see they did some different color options, some wooden bead decorations. You can attach those, like a tassel. And these would look great on the mantle or wherever you choose to hang your stockings, or on the ground even when they're stuffed. Super beautiful work here. It looks like their selection is Wool of the Andes yarn, maybe. And let's see what else we can find. Intermediate. It uses a moss stitch, so that's really nice to work up. And designed for a quick and easy completion using bulky weight yarn. The holiday weave stocking is perfect for seasoned crocheters and beginners alike. Step-by-step tutorial available on YouTube. That's really nice, especially for beginners to follow along. There's a PDF, one size, length approximately 20 inches and 7 inches wide. Using the wool they mentioned, and they actually use, they have two different hook sizes, so a 6.5mm and an 8mm. I presume for the ribbing on the top is a different size than the body. But yeah, this is a really nice stocking option if you want to crochet a larger one. And then so this one is Christmas appliques. So you could sew these onto a jacket or some pants, or you could even attach them to gifts. Would be really sweet. And this is a pattern test that I did. So I did mine in Karen Simply Soft, and I did the bear and the tree that you see here. So I really loved it in like a soft green color, I think was the one from Simply Soft that I used with the white, of course. And I don't remember exactly which brown that is, but then a black and a light pink. So those are 2 of the 12 appliques they have here in the bundle. Some other ones that I thought were really cute were the wreath and the deer. The Santa Claus is adorable. The gingerbread house. They were really well made, I think, in terms of the pattern construction. The Peppermint is also super cute. And this is for sale on their website, which is ollieholly.com. Their Christmas appliques. So I love that you can have a lot of different options in this bundle. And I did in the pattern test, as I click back to the I did really enjoy pattern testing a couple of them. And I think they turned out really nice in like this pastel-y sort of Christmas color. It's really cute style. So there's that bundle if you're interested in some appliques for decoration. And then this one looked nice. I haven't made this one myself, but this is a cutlery decoration you can do for the Christmas table or whatever you want to put in there. Crochet pattern by Pattern Craft Crochet. Let's see what else. 3mm hook. They say just yarn infested colors. I presume it's some kind of weight for worsted weight, maybe. It looks like it probably works up pretty quickly. Maybe some kind of double or treble crochet, probably double crochet for the tree structure. Easy to follow, good for confident beginners and intermediate crocheters, they say. The cutlery holder measures approximately 2.7 inches by 5.5 inches, fitting standard cutlery sets. I will say for holiday meals, sometimes people have a little bit more cutlery going on, so this may or may not fit your needs, but I thought it was really cute, so I just wanted to call it out. It didn't seem super expensive, so investment for a pattern that I haven't made myself, I thought it was worth mentioning. And let's see what else. We just have a couple more left. So this is another pretty cheap crochet pattern on Etsy by Jonah Martinez Crochet, and this is a snowflake pattern that I have made myself just for ornaments, decorations. This would also be really pretty if you string a bunch together as a garland, I think. I haven't done that one, but as individual ornaments, they were really pretty. Let's see what I can say about this one. Let's see, PDF pattern. Does not have a chart, so if you care about charts, that's good to know. It's a written pattern. They don't say their materials, but I, of course, use Karen Simply Soft for mine. I don't remember what size crochet hook I used, probably the one recommended for the yarn. Because for this one I didn't really care about sizing of the flake so much as I cared about the overall appearance and tension of the flake. And I can't remember if they included instructions to starch the flakes to get them a little bit stiffer, but you can easily find online, you know, snowflake starching or something like that. Just make a really simple and easy. I was just looking at it. Almost looked like they might have starched it, but it's on the top of a computer there. Oh, this is the garland style, like I talked, would be really pretty. Yeah, so you can easily find online if you look up, you know, basic snowflake starching or starch crochet process, something like that. But this is the snowflake pattern that I've done before and I did enjoy. Again, many different snowflake patterns. I just like the overall look of this one. It's pretty easy to make in terms of the design pattern, not overly complicated. You can get pretty elaborate with different snowflake designs, right? So this is a nice balance, I think, between appearance and complicatedness of the actual pattern. And then we've got some, I think, just free ones left. So this one is one that I did, which was a mod when I hit 1,000 subs on Instagram. It's a holiday style for the Tiny Teddy Trio, which was another free pattern, which I'll show in a second so you can actually use them together. And I did check with the creators before I did this mod, so I got their stamp of approval. Very important if you're making anything that references other people's designs, to check with the creators if there's any question about that. Just want to call that out. So for mine, I say that you follow their pattern in certain places and then you can mod in other places. But yeah, so mine just has like a little bow and a little shirt going on. Their pattern here is also free on Instagram on their accounts, which you can see on screen. And this is No Sew, and they call it a trio, I think, because you've got different bears here, different bear options. So you see like there's a koala style or like a black bear style or whatever, panda? Maybe it's a panda in the back. I'm sorry, I'm not entirely sure about that one, but different ear, nose, face styles, I guess, is what I'll say for that. So those are a cute little miniature bear pattern. It's, as you can see in the hand, it's really, really tiny. So it'd be a cute little stocking stuffer, but works up super fast, I will say that. And then the last one I want to mention is a pattern by the Purple Poncho on their blog. And it is a free pattern, of course. They've got a lot of different holiday patterns here. I just wanted to scroll through and give you a quick preview. There's more pages you can click through. But the one that I did that I really enjoyed and wanted to call out was the Peppermint coasters. So they say it's great gifts, which is absolutely true. You can make a set of them pretty quickly. And I also did mine in, well, I did classic red and white, but also you can do a little bit of green in there too. So I did a set of 4, you can see here, and you can do, if you want to get fun, fancy, you can pack them in a little plastic set like that and, you know, get a little fancy wax seal or make one is what I did. But yeah, so I had done mine in Karen Simply Soft, and this was, again, when I first was doing crochet earlier on. But if I were to do this over, I'd probably do it in a cotton or some kind of non-synthetic material, so it's a little bit more comfortable, more safe for super hot beverages, and easy to care for. I'm trying to see, so they say there's this intermediate, about 5 inches, 6mm hook, and they use Red Heart Super Saver yarn, for what that's worth. So I would probably, if I were doing mine over, I would do mine probably in Line Brand 24/7 cotton. It is one of my favorite cotton yarns these days. I know it's a mercerized cotton, which is a treated cotton. Some people may or may not like that, but I enjoy it, so yeah. So this is the last pattern, the free pattern, Peppermint Coasters by the Purple Poncho on their blog. Great, so that's all the patterns I had to review with you today. Hopefully a good mix of different styles, different price points for you guys, and with plenty of time to finish some before the holiday season to decorate or to gift. So I hope you found this helpful. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed my video. It really does help a lot, and I do lots of videos like this, vlogs, patterns, just talking about knitting and crochet with you guys. So I would love to see you around in my next video, and have a wonderful day.